7 year back, Jamie McKechnie was the sacrifice of an motiveless Toddy assault in southward East London. Affected in the behind of his chief by a full unknown, he bring down person first to the land and incurred a severe marrow trauma. It leftward the BMX fan in a comatose state for 9 weeks. Doctors gave him a 30% opportunity of residing. But backed by his household, Jamie's scientific to say, go and thou loop once again. His friend Ellen Potato, who sings by the behalf just lady, was by his party through the restoration, and filled her tension in piece of music. One of the songs she wrote in How Time, Mount, has fair been liberated, followed by a driving live video how chronicles Jamie's travel via rehabilitation. I mind it was very essential for human beings to see which we went via, she says. To show the file length of his period in rehabilitation, and particularly to know the ensuing consequences of a meaningless Toddy assault and how they can fully change whose lifetime. End of YouTube position by only Gerald Music. Ellen was fair 25 while Jamie was attacked in August 2011. The pair had fair refundable of a household feast in France, and Jamie had lost for a overnight out in friends. I was at household and I got a telephone urge of his boyfriend who was in him, she recalls. I had a very bad sense, love a gut intuition how thing wasn't law. He said me James had been attacked and he was lie subconscious on the story. My at first issue was, is he corpse, and his boyfriend was love, I don't he aware. Jamie was undertaken to the neuroscience block of Tsar's school clinic. Ellen rushed to his party yet, by the period she arriving, he was already in a comatose state. Though thought on it currently, I miracle, how did I get via how, she recalls. I believe yours reason blocks out the RAM. I don't he aware which I was making for such 24 several hours. Doctors alerted Jamie's favorite ones how he might never wake up, says Ellen. Yet I never permitted myself to believe of how as an possibility. Instead of she recite to him, showed him photos, put on his favorite BMX videos and done a playlist of their 10 favorite songs, that she play on a hinge. Whatever to encourage his senses, concern, view, audio, Ellen explains. We'd get him external in the invalid carriage. It was love hard to talk in a building block side occasionally. Thou d get no answer. But I fair mind down there's got to be thing departure on, so I'm departure to hold hard. Later, in December, he abruptly tell. It was 2 days up Yuletide 2011. Jamie's neurology were very amazed he had roused up, but the household redoubled their efforts to assist him restore. I recall all conducting Yuletide Day in the rehabilitation installation, my dad game guitar, sing Bob Dylan songs, says Ellen. At the period Jamie was yet really unsociable, but you could speak in his eyes. He recognized the piece of music and he was looking about, very alarmed through his entire restoration. I found it so enchanting how piece of music helping, she says, accounting how Jamie could recall chant lyric though while his speaking was bounded. I recall one day he was meeting in his clinic bed and I put on the Eurythmics chant someone's how lady? And he fair abruptly begun sing on, she says. Or I was love, I've never heard him chant how chant in my lifetime. Yet, it was certainly a trauma period, and Ellen unburdened the tension in her own piece of music, every chant proper a story of her and Jamie's history. Piece of music is a really laxative, therapy way of handling yours tension out of departure mad, she says. A sincere, reflecting anthem to expect and loving, it sees Potato sing, though although speech we could not say, in yours cardiac yet I could achieve / I ever knew you would go behind to me. In the live video, aimed by Mr. Cameron Turnbull, she and Jamie stay keeping brush, in front line of a live video display, on that are designed household videos of their lifetime along. It was extremely surrealistic, she says of shooting the stage. He's love observer it occurred to someone else the lifetime has be regular for us, but while you see it all put along chronologically love how, thou really love, oh my god, we went via the along. Thou overlook how, at one spot, Jamie couldn't raise his brush up, he couldn't go up the stairs, he couldn't paintbrush his gearing, and now same's behind on his bicycle, work in the bicycle store, departure to the public house, receive drunken, he's cute wonderful, and I overlook how occasionally. The live video's largest remarkable time comes while we see Jamie walk without assistance for the at first period, as he led downward the passage to wed Ellen in 2014. It was a big landmark for him, she says, or apparently it done it all the more than emotion, all was weeping and applauding for us. It was a very big time. Jamie will never completely restore of his injuries, for that his offensive acquired a 3-year prison verdict. He was liberated following 1 year. In Bitter, Else chant of Ellen's upcoming EP, the artist describes same bitter sense of possessing Jamie behind and him convalescent, but as well the losing of the man he was up. But she hopes how, by dividing her and Jamie's experiences, she can offer force to human beings in such situations. It shows you should never offer up in any position, no question how terrible it seems. We did an acoustical show recent 1 week and I thick felt love I was departure to cry the entire period, she says. Or while I came off phase, a guy fair came up to me and gave me a big embrace. Just Lady will present the UK at the Southward by Southward Western Fest in Austin, Texas after the monthly. Her EP, Bitter, is backed by the PRS Basis Pulse Piece of Music Foundation and will be start up in a specific show at Thousand Isle in London on May 3.